It's pizza time.
What the fuck are you doing here? You meet me in the sewers in 10. Welcome back.
Cowabunga!
Well, with that being said... Are you done?
I don't know.
Bill is very excited. Welcome to the Out of Touch podcast. I'm Chris. That's Bill, #1 Ninja Turtles fan. Anyway.
So, as many of you know, the freaking Ninja Turtles have been talked about a lot lately. What with the release of Shredder's Revenge and the upcoming Cowabunga collection.
Indeed.
And also, there was some piece of shit on Netflix or something.
I haven't seen it yet.
People that like it seem to like it. I just can't get past the way they look.
I'm one of the few that think those turtles look cool, even though I've barely seen any of it.
I saw a couple episodes and I didn't like it.
Well,
and then I walked away from it because I'm not crazy. I'm not going to hate watch a show.
There we go.
I'm like, I don't like this. Moving on.
Well, that being said, today we watched the first 5 episodes of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon from apparently 1987.
When it debuted.
Wow.
It's older than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Bill, what did you think of the original Ninja Turtles cartoon?
Well, we specifically watched the original miniseries, also known as Season 1. 5 episodes. Turtle Tracks, Enter the Shredder, A Thing About Rats, Hot Rodding Teenagers from Dimension X, and the weirdly titled Shredder and Splintered.
Huh.
I don't get that one.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty cool that you remembered all the titles of the episodes. In fact, now I'm kind of wondering, do you have an encyclopedic knowledge of every Ninja Turtles episode of the show? Kind of like how people have encyclopedic knowledge of Star Trek: The Next Generation. You're like, this is what I dedicated my brain space to.
Unfortunately, no. Unlike you, I can be much more subtle about reading the back of a box.
Oh. Anyway. So, Bill, what did you think of these episodes?
I mean, they're at least funny in places.
I overall liked them more than I thought I would.
I mean, I think I like it about as much as I did the last time I watched it, which has probably been about 10 or so years. I mean, there's no way I could like it as much as I did when I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's impossible because this show is just ridiculous and revels in it.
Yeah. I thought it was really fun for the most part. There's a lot of like unintentional funny moments in the episode. I guess we'll talk about that. I guess like the basic plot is the beginning of Ninja Turtles. If you don't know what the Ninja Turtles are, how do you not know what the Ninja Turtles are? Then again, I guess no, they've been around in popular media in the past decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've had a few movies, a couple different cartoons.
Yeah.
People know this,
yeah.
Even if they don't know anything but the name. It's like, oh yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Raffatello and...
Raffatello? That's your OC Ninja Turtle character.
Good Lord. What am I, the people that currently write the IDW comic?
Oh no.
Yeah, shots fucking fired.
Rage. Yeah, so this is pretty much like the origin of the cartoon turtles, how they meet April, how Shredder and Splinter have their legendary feud that doesn't really seem that bad when they show the origin. It's kind of like Shredder just sets up Splinter to look stupid in front of some, like, karate guy.
Well, he also set him up to pull a knife on the guy.
That's true. But, you know, there's no dead wife and fire and...
There's no legacy of murder and death.
Yeah.
It's just two dudes who don't like each other.
Yeah.
And one fucked the other one over. And then, for some reason, despite getting one over on Hamadoyoshi, him fleeing the country in disgrace, living penniless in the sewers, Oroku Saki was just like, I still gotta fuck with this guy.
That's not enough.
I'm gonna try to kill him with mutagen.
Yeah.
It just turns him into a rat man.
It's weird.
It's so strange.
It's very toned down from, other Ninja Turtle stuff. And
Especially the comics that this was based on. This was like as far away from that as you could get.
Yeah.
Shredder dies in the first issue. He gets stabbed a few times and he gets blown the fuck up.
Yeah.
And in this, he's a bumbling idiot.
He is a bumbling idiot.
Less so than later on in the show, but this kind of ends almost teeing off how he acts later.
He's for such a cool looking villain, he sucks so much in this show.
Kind of.
He doesn't want to do anything. He always gets his henchmen to do stuff, and then he gets mad when his henchmen don't do it right.
What do you mean you failed to defeat the turtles?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, boss.
It's really weird, but anyway, these are the pizza-loving Ninja Turtles that everybody knows and loves.
I mean, this show basically, this is what people think of when they think of Ninja Turtles. In the same way that the 60s Batman pretty much like controlled the narrative of what people thought of Batman in pop culture for a few decades, this is pretty much what people think of with Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Multicolored bandanas, cowabunga dude, pizza time, Technodrome, Krang, Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Most of the throwback merch you can get for Ninja Turtles, it's all from this.
Yeah. I mean, the new video game that just came out
It's
based
this.
on this.
It's this.
Yeah.
It's all this.
Yeah. So there's some things I guess for the most part, I really like it. I still think this voice for Leonardo is still my favorite Leonardo voice.
It's a good, all the voices are good, but yeah, he's a good Leo voice.
He's definitely my favorite Ninja Turtle in this series. I really like Mikey's voice in this too. Donatello is okay. Raphael, though, just because we've seen more serious Raphaels over the years, it's kind of a weird version of Raphael that has one shade of real Raphael at one point where he threatens somebody with his eye.
Yeah.
But then the rest of the time it's just weird.
He's just sarcastic and snarky.
Yeah.
It's so weird that they went that route. Because you'd think that, you'd have the tough guy.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. It's weird.
I will say, too, also, and maybe I'm just thinking of the most recent live action outing, but it was nice seeing the Turtles not be super horny for April. They were kind of just hey, you're in our sewer, and we'll help you because we're good people.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And don't forget the 5 years that 2012 Donatello spent lusting after April.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, there's a lot of unintentionally funny moments, like how the Ninja Turtles don't pay for pizza and dine and dash.
We don't know if that's what happened.
I feel like they definitely did.
They got the check, and then we cut to them leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were running, but it's not like they were being chased. Hey, get back here, you stupid kids!
It's true. But I think there's a lot of weirdness, too, where, April sees the turtles, she immediately faints. Other people see the turtles, an old lady sees the turtles and whips out a machine gun.
Yep.
And then...
Welcome to 1980s New York City.
Yeah, and then other people that just, don't care.
Welcome to any era of New York City.
Yeah. Which I feel like is more of, the actual reaction they would probably get. Which is be why are those guys wearing those weird-ass suits?
It's not Halloween. It's freaking hot out. What a bunch of weirdos.
What the heck was that?
Looked like sort of a big turtle in a trench coat. You're gonna look wild here, right?
Yeah, so what other highlights of the episode do you want to talk about?
We were talking about while we were watching. I mean, we're jumping around the 5 episodes, but
yeah,
the complete and utter raw deal that Baxter Stockman gets.
He really does.
I mean, first he introduces this revolutionary technology to a guy that runs a pest control company and who kicks him out for trying to put him out of business, even though he would become so rich that who cares if your business is done after that? You'd be a multimillionaire.
Maybe that guy's a genius, though, because he knows if he kills all the rats in New York City, then the alligator population will become out of control because their main food source will be gone.
Then you send the mousers after the alligators, Chris.
I guess. But could a mouser beat an alligator?
You make them bigger, just like in the new video game.
I guess that's true. Yeah, it is kind of funny because, Baxter, he gets tricked by the Shredder to make more Mousers. Well, not really make Mousers. He makes the control unit.
He gives them the Mousers that Shredder can replicate them, and he builds like a master control for them.
Which Bebop and Rocksteady just give him a bunch of like circuit boards and are like build stuff.
That's how that works, right?
Sure.
And he just sends the foot soldiers to kill him when he's done. And I don't think he even realized it, even though they were starting to aim guns at him.
Because the Turtles immediately show up, tie up Stockman.
Threaten him.
And then steal his shit, not once, but twice, and then a third time. And he gets blamed for everything.
And he ends up in jail.
Yeah. No wonder why he's a bad guy. And maybe he's actually the only good guy in the show.
Nah.
Probably not, but... Yeah. We do see a Mouser actually eat a rat, which I was surprised about.
To be fair, you can get away with it because you're like, the rat's fine.
Yeah, it's just holding it in its mouth.
Yeah. Why is it not moving? Shut up.
I was thinking too...
What's all that blood?
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I was thinking about that when all the Mousers are sent after Splinter because, Shredder is not satisfied with making his biggest rival a broke hobo that has to live in a sewer. He has to, destroy him more somehow, even though he's like a rat man that will never be part of normal society again.
Yeah.
But anyway, he sends a bunch of Mousers after Splinter, and I was just wondering... what did he expect to happen? Were the Mousers going to, rip him apart and then bring the pieces of him back to Shredder?
Sure.
And then Shredder's like, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I wanted.
Yoshi, my friend, I just wanted to invite you to game night.
So weird.
Shredder's got tunnel vision after a certain point.
Yeah, he is I guess he's the stereotypical Saturday morning cartoon villain.
Yeah, pretty much.
All his plans have nothing to do with anything but, getting the Turtles.
There's other stuff, too. Later on in the show, many of his plans involve, we gotta restart the Technodrome.
That's right.
And then sometimes we just gotta get the Turtles. Like that time he opens up a pizzeria in order to trick the Turtles.
That's right. That's one of the episodes I remember, because I think that was from the Burger King Kids Club VHS tapes.
No idea.
Yeah.
I only had a couple of those, and that wasn't one of them.
I had a few. I had that one, I think. I had one where April had, a twin of herself from another country.
Yeah.
That they switched places.
I had that one. The one where Donatello got abducted by aliens. The one where they messed around with gravity. And there was another one that we had, but that was the only one I lost at some point, where there was just some weirdo that... it was like somebody's... There was a lot of weird tickling going on in that one. I think somebody had a fetish in that show, making that show. Just saying. I just vaguely remember their friend Zach and some girl getting tied up and tickled. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this cartoon?
Yeah. I will say in the first 5 episodes, almost all, the main characters are introduced, except for, that other girl that works at Channel 6 with April, Irma.
Yeah, she doesn't show up till later. And even the ones that do, they're not really as we know them.
Yeah.
The boss a little bit, but Vernon...
I guess so.
He's
not
got
the
all.
voice still, though.
Yeah, but he is not at all like how he acts later on, where he's this cowardly sleazebag who hates the Turtles.
Yeah.
He's kind of neutral. He's like, hey, April, let's get out of here. It's not safe.
Yeah, that's true.
It's dangerous, and we have all this expensive equipment. Also, I guess I'm helping you in this part.
Yeah. I mean, it's always weird, because at the beginning we see Bebop and Rocksteady, and they're human forms.
Yep.
Which are oh, that's what they looked like. Yeah, they definitely look better as mutants.
Yeah, Rocksteady doesn't have a bowl cut anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's wearing that helmet.
Maybe.
Then again, he's bald after that.
Yeah, I guess, because he's Rhino.
Yeah.
So, no hair.
Not sure how Bebop's mohawk survived. It's a powerful mohawk.
I guess so. He's got those weird glasses, too. I forgot what they are, but they have, the little tiny lenses.
Yeah. The 80s were a weird, weird time.
I guess so. But,
It's funny. Growing up, the version... I never had access to the full 5 episodes of this. I had access to the movie cut called The Epic Begins.
That's what I saw too.
Which cuts out a lot of little stuff, but also cuts out the entire Baxter Stockman Mouser episode for some reason.
Yeah.
So it's just like awkwardly shows them just going to some weird lab and just like using equipment to build the Turtle Van, which makes no sense in context.
I remember for a while, because, this show was so long ago, I didn't even remember Baxter Stockman was in the original cartoon until, you told me, no, he's in the original cartoon. And I'm like, what do you mean he's in the original cartoon?
To be fair, after a certain point, he's just a fly guy.
Yeah.
He's in this is the only season where he does anything that you would associate with Baxter Stockman. He makes the Mousers.
Yeah.
But he's also, this is the only version that's not black.
That too. Just different. And it's compared to the 03 Baxter Stockman where his story arc is horrifying.
Yeah.
So it's
oh man.
So maybe being a fly is not so bad. You see what happened to you in that other show?
He picks you apart piece by piece.
Yeah.
Jeez. That was a kid's cartoon.
Yeah, seriously.
I also had the Random House audio cassette, which was basically a radio play version of this story, these 5 episodes. Though it didn't have the original cast in it. But it was these 5 episodes, word for word.
And it was one weird guy doing all the voices.
Possibly, and
including
one lady.
April.
Now April was still a lady.
Okay.
But the weirdest one though, everyone's kind of okay, yeah, that sounds like a Shredder. I guess that's the other Turtles or whatever.
Yeah.
Though the weird one that always stuck out to me was Krang. Krang, who in this show sounds like Saki. But in this audio cassette, it was Saki.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I should show it to you.
He had a demon voice.
Yes, it was so weird.
I don't believe it. My ninja's beaten by a bunch of turtles.
A command came over the PA system.
Saki, this is Krang. Report to me at once.
That is weird. Yeah, I guess some of the voices, April's voice, that's the voice of April I always think of. And Shredder's voice, is also James Avery, which...
Uncle Phil?
Yeah, blew my mind when I found that out. I was wait, that's Uncle Phil?
Yeah. Then you watch very specific clips from Fresh Prince, and you're like...
Listen, Uncle Phil...
Silence! If I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
I see it.
Yeah. It's like Shredder's Uncle Phil. That's crazy.
Though he eventually left the show. I think a few seasons before it ended, he left.
Well, wasn't Shredder not really involved in
before that happened.
Okay.
Before the last 2 seasons with the different villain. Though Shredder, I think, showed up at least once or twice during that. But even before that, he had left it.
They had some kid that was not Casey. I forgot his name.
It's more like that kid was not Keno.
Oh, okay.
Because Casey Jones does show up. This version of the series always sticks out because it's the only time Casey Jones isn't one of their main allies, really.
Yeah, that's true. Because the 2012, he's a main ally. Even the 03, he's the main ally.
The movies.
Yeah. I hear the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. I don't think Casey's in that until recently.
From what I understand, there was some girl foot ninja who then was just my name's Cassandra Jones, but everyone calls me Casey.
Okay.
But then this new movie just brings in Casey Jones, but he's from the future?
Okay. Whatever.
I don't know. I'm not...
Maybe one day I'll resubscribe to Netflix when it stops being so expensive.
Or when Cobra Kai drops.
Yeah. Or when Cobra Kai drops.
It's going to be when Cobra Kai drops.
It will be.
So soon.
Yeah, so I'll watch all my martial arts content at once. Cobra Kai and I guess Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, just to see what it's like.
There you go.
So, anywho, I will say, I love all, the vehicles, and...
I still got a soft spot for that turtle van. I still kind of love it.
I mean...
It's ridiculous as hell, but I giggle when I see the turtle blimp.
Yeah, I see the Technodrome, and I just remember when I was a kid, I wanted that toy so badly, but I didn't get it. But
it was a fun toy.
Yeah.
I only know this because my brother had it.
You had every toy.
He had every toy. And then he broke every toy, except the van. I managed to hang on to the van for a little while.
I never had the turtle van, but I had like a weird turtle bus that was also like a stage. Yeah, I don't know. I had like a turtle school bus. Like, you can find it online.
I'm sure I can.
It was cool. I liked it a lot.
They had a lot of weird vehicles.
Yeah,
farm vehicles for some reason.
I had the bus and I had a boat.
I had a couple motorcycles. I had a shredder car.
Shredder car.
Yes. It had it was like a convertible thing, but it had like a back roof that was just like Shredder's helmet.
That sounds awesome. It
was kind of cool. It was like a roadster, and I remember a few years back with the 2012 Turtles, they had like the little figure characters in like little race cars, and Shredder was driving that car, and I was like, oh my god!
That's so cool. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like, this is like the era, and I guess it continued on to the 90s where like, you know, these shows more or less were toy commercials.
It wasn't more or less. They were toy commercials.
I guess like in the 90s.
This was literally made to promote toys.
That's true.
They wanted to make toys, and the only way they could do that was by having a cartoon.
Yeah. I guess in the 90s it kind of blurred the line a little bit, because like I'm thinking of like the X-Men show, because like you said the Shredder car, and I'm just like, oh man, you remember the Wolverine Jeep? Come on, Marvel Legends. Make me a Wolverine Jeep for the 6-inch Wolverine. Come on. Anyway.
Just give it to him.
Yeah.
He has so little.
I do. I just want a Wolverine Jeep for my 6-inch Marvel Legends Wolverine, damn it. I already have the saber tooth that you could grab with the claw and everything.
Oh, man.
That aside. But yeah, the Turtle Blimp was also a great thing, which I never owned, but I had a friend that owned it. And I remember we played with it once and immediately like popped that thing that was supposed to be the balloon.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
I can't remember if we threw it off the steps or threw it off a tree.
What did you think it was gonna do? Fly?
We were 4, possibly 5. Gee. So yes.
I mean, maybe if you put some helium in it.
Yeah.
But then it would just like float away and be like, my fingers! No!
Then again, back then you were kind of rough with your toys.
Oh yeah, so many of my childhood toys did not survive my childhood.
There was a lot of high drops and climbing the mountain and just playing with the toys outside and them getting encased in like dirt and stuff eventually.
I mean, I had a Batmobile that by the end of it was missing its wheels and its windshield. Huh. and its trunk.
Wow.
I don't know what happened to it, but that thing got abused.
Yeah. I remember my Batmobile was just like, I had the Batmobile, then I had like the weird jet thing that slid out of the Batmobile, and I don't know what happened to the rest of the Batmobile.
The worst was when Batmobiles had detachable tail fins. It's like, you always lose the tail fins.
I want to know, hey, I technically only owned one Batmobile.
I had a couple.
Yeah. But with the Turtles, you know, I guess like the main thing with the show is you probably remember the toys more than the show at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I think when people think of the show, they really do think of these 5 episodes.
Yeah.
They're the more action-packed. The animation's the best it is until maybe the last couple seasons where it gets a little better.
It has instances of looking really good to like really crappy.
Yeah. And then of course there's all the animation errors.
Yeah.
The voice every so often the wrong turtle will be talking. Then there was that insane moment where Leonardo leaps into action and then he cuts into one of the bad guy's guns, but he's red and he goes out of frame, and then Raphael drop kicks the villain, and then another Raphael rolls into the frame, and it's like, how many Raphaels are there?
It was an homage to the original Mirage Turtles, Bill.
No, it wasn't.
They were all red bandana turtles briefly for that one scene.
No, 3 of them were at least.
Yeah.
Though at least 2 of them were just Raphael.
It's true.
And the fact that it happens in the first episode.
It is pretty incredible.
And this is not something that's unique to this cartoon. There's just so many episodes, so there's so many instances of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of old cartoons where this happened. Could you imagine that happening today? In an episode of Young Justice where Nightwing just talks, but he's talking in Superboy's voice.
Man,
Could you imagine if that happened?
With the internet now.
Oh my
boy.
God, they would lose their shit.
Yeah.
Like the fuck, man? What the fuck? What?
They should just do it on purpose, just to see if anybody notices.
I think Teen Titans Go would do that.
They probably would, and nobody would notice because there's so many episodes of it now. But
yeah, they would just churning these. They just churn these things out. Like this season's only 5. The second season's like 13, but the third one's like I don't know 40,
like 50. Yeah,
it's something ridiculous. And this show went for 10 years.
That's insane to think about. So it started in 1987 and ended in 1997 then?
96, 97, but it went 10 seasons.
That's insane. Yeah, maybe.
And the crazy part is why it ended.
Why did it end?
It was on CBS. They had their action block at the time. And then someone decreed it's like educational programming or whatever. And they're like, we'll just cancel everything.
That's insane.
And then they just made a live action show like a year later.
Yeah, because, when I think about it, I feel like this show more or less was pretty much gone by 1993 or 1994 on like where I would watch it as like a kid that didn't have cable or anything.
Yeah, it was on USA for a time because it was syndicated.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have cable, you couldn't see it for a number of years.
Yeah.
And then once it ended, it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like nobody syndicated it. Nobody, ever. You can't even stream this show legally.
Yeah, that's weird.
You can, thankfully, still buy it.
You can buy it.
Walk into a Walmart right now, $20, or get the entire freaking series.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's 25. Either way.
It's very cheap.
Yes.
By the way, be careful opening that package. Those DVDs fly out real quick. They are stacked in there. Yeah. But, yeah, it's the original Ninja Turtles cartoon. There's a lot I like about it. It's like a very different Ninja Turtles than what like other things were. It's amazing that the live action movie they made while this show was popular is so faithful to the actual comic.
There's one reason for that.
It was independent, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because nobody wanted to make the movie.
That's insane.
Yeah, think about that. You had this massively successful thing, and Hollywood executives like, nah.
Yeah.
Because common sense thinking would be, at least today, would be like, yeah, you make the movie, you make it just like the cartoon.
Yeah.
Technodromes, turtles, pizza, and all that.
And then they just, no, we're gonna make it like the comic.
We'll take a couple elements from the cartoon. April's the reporter. We got the bandanas. We got pizza, and they say cowabunga like once.
And that's fine.
And then the rest of it's brutal, dark, as gritty as a 1990 Ninja Turtles movie could get.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool movie. Maybe one day we'll talk about it.
Definitely.
That's a great movie.
That's a conversation in and of itself.
Yeah, but it's weird. I guess a few like weird highlights is we see Splinter fight Shredder, and Shredder has like a scimitar for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm amazed it wasn't a katana in the next scene. I'm amazed it stayed a scimitar.
Yeah, it would
the way the show is sometimes.
I will say the Turtles, when they get to do some like action stuff, for the most part, they get to use their weapons and stuff.
I like how when they first fight the foot soldiers, they think they're real people, and the first thing they do is try to kill them.
Yeah, and Leonardo literally has that line, or maybe it's Michelangelo, that's just like, we're trained to fight people. It's just like, you were trained to murder people.
Well, yeah, the first thing they did was try to stab them.
Yeah. Yeah, there's hints of their more darker, grittier origins.
Yeah, like that one shot of them on the TV at the last episode where they're all silhouetted and they have the Batman eyes.
That's true.
Never again.
I guess not until 2003.
Pretty much.
Where they have the Batman eyes consistently.
Yep.
In fact, I don't even know if they ever have pupils.
Yeah, when they take the rare occasion, they took the bandanas off. And then for some reason in the Back to the Sewer season, they just have pupils.
Okay. Weird. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing of that show.
Understandable.
Yeah, it was kind of weird to watch. But, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth mentioning in these first 5 episodes.
Well, do we have anything to say about the Neutrinos and how weird they are?
I mean, they are weird. One of them is clearly Dot from Animaniacs.
Trust me, Neil, she's that
she's in everything.
She's done a million things. You hear her voice, especially back then. She's pretty sure she was Babs Bunny.
Yeah.
You hear her all the time now. She's Daisy Duck for Disney. Does stuff for The Simpsons and Futurama.
Yeah.
Look, she's...
I mean, like, it's good when you hear, like, a voice actor that's like, hey, I know them. I know that they'll do a good job. Like...
consistency, man.
Yeah. Also, I guess, like, the one thing I kind of realized, because I was just like, Neutrinos, and then they're like, we don't want to fight. And I'm like, are they called Neutrinos because they're neutral in the war?
Possibly.
Yeah. I have no idea.
It's hard to tell with this show, because sometimes they are clever, and then sometimes they're just stupid.
Yeah. They've got their weird-ass flying cars. They use, I guess, like, 1950s slang, sort of. Sure.
Let's go with that.
I don't know what it is. They're definitely going for a thing that might have been going over my head.
I think it's just kind of lame.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever cared for the Neutrinos.
They are kind of weird looking. They are in the new game.
Yeah. And they sound completely wrong.
They do. Especially the one voice the one guy has, yeah.
He's just, because he's got like, they're like teenagers.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to sound like teenagers. So, of course, in the game, he's like, thanks, hip cats.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, you guys want to, I don't know, get somebody else to do that?
It's like, we only hired a few people for the game.
Could just get Tress MacNeille. She'll do the girl and she'll do the guys, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like, look, we only had enough money to hire the 4 guys that played the Turtles. And thankfully, they could also play Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah, that's true, huh? And I think they got the lady who played April.
I don't think so. Because I think they would have said that.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. April does sound kind of different in the game. That voice is pretty unique. Yeah. But I don't know what else to say about these, like, 5 Ninja Turtles episodes. like,
I mean, look.
Like, I enjoyed it, but, like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got bored after a while watching it. Like, towards the end, I was just like, first it was just like, yeah, I remember this. And then the second episode was like, okay. And then the episode with Baxter and Mousers, you're like, cool. And then, like, the other 2 were just kind of like, yeah, okay, I think I've seen enough.
Yeah, because you can kind of start to feel the formula a little bit.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is a Saturday morning show from the 80s. You know, they get pretty formulaic.
Yeah.
After this, it's just, Shredder's doing a thing. Get him!
Yeah.
And they play the music. Get the fight music.
Which is the intro, which, you know, the intro is amazing. That's probably another thing people remember about the show, is the theme song.
The often imitated, never beaten.
Yeah, I guess you're right, because there were a lot of copycat shows because of Ninja Turtles, like Biker Mice from Mars and Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs.
Oh, man.
I'm sure there's, like, even more than that. That's just all I could, like, think of off the top of my head.
Those are just the ones that got, like, cartoons.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's weird. I never saw Extreme Dinosaurs, but I do remember Biker Mice from Mars and Street Sharks.
I watched both Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I don't know what channel Extreme Dinosaurs was on, but...
I think I saw it on UPN. But I think it was a syndicated show, so it could have been on any number of places.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember Biker Mice from Mars was pretty cool, though.
Never saw it.
Yeah. I remember it was very short-lived, though.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Though they did try doing it again. After one of the Turtle relaunches.
Really?
Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like if they brought back the Street Sharks, it's like, really? Really?
I mean, if there's one thing I would be more interested in, is just seeing a new adaptation of Street Sharks just because of how weird they are.
I would be very curious to see what someone would do.
Honestly, I think those toys were awesome for Street Sharks.
They were kind of fun.
Yeah. They were really cool. Plus, there's that commercial that everybody plays that had Vin Diesel in it.
I mean, that was more of a investor promo? Maybe? I don't know. I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
That's just weird. It's kind of funny, though.
It is funny.
Do you think people on the set of Fast and the Furious fuck with Vin Diesel and just, like, every once in a while he opens up, walks into his dressing room and there's just a Street Shark there?
Probably not.
I would. Maybe, you know what? The Rock did it.
That's why they don't work together.
The Rock gave him a Street Shark, and Vin Diesel got very mad.
Every day, The Rock paid, like, some teamster to put, like, a Street Shark toy in Vin Diesel's dressing room.
Where do these keep coming from?
The Teamster also knew that it's just like, you're spending a lot of money on these like vintage toys. It's just like, and you get a new one every day. And then Rock's like, it's worth it. I'll put this in his dressing room. And put it in a way where he doesn't notice it immediately, but he will notice it. A different spot every day. But yeah.
Nope. But this is what launched the Turtles. That started Turtle Mania in the late 80s, early 90s, peaked in 1990. Never got as big. 2012 got a little bit.
Seemed like it was coming back, but then
I think the movie killed it.
Yeah, the movie kind of killed it.
Because that show, it started out a hit, the 2012 show, and then Nickelodeon dumped it on Nicktoons.
Yeah. As they do with most things now.
I know they did that. I know they did that with Rise.
Yeah. I didn't even know Rise finished on Nickelodeon. I thought they
didn't. They dumped it on Nicktoons after a certain point.
I thought Rise was just it's on Netflix or something now.
Well, for the movie it was.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, Rise.
The movie that came 2 years after the show got canceled.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that show's been dead for a while now, man.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Yeah, so... Well, I guess Ninja Turtle related stuff, we are getting a new animated movie for theaters, I think, soonish.
Next year, I guess?
Maybe?
I think they said, yeah, because they said recently it's a year out.
Yeah.
Because they gave a subtitle, Mutant Mayhem or something.
Okay.
I did not like the designs that they've showed off. Hopefully, maybe they'll be different. I'm tired of seeing Donatello with glasses because he's the nerd.
That's my major peeve. I don't like that either.
I also think Leo with braces is stupid. Where'd he get them? He lives in a sewer.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Also, this is a personal gripe. Raphael with a do-rag bandana pisses me off.
I can take it or leave it, but
I'd rather leave it.
Yeah, I can get it though. It's a little weird. They're going a little nutty with the turtles being different body types now. I get it kind of, but
Rise took it a step further. They're all different turtles.
Yeah. So sometimes it's more drastic. I would say I don't really like when they make Raph a Hulk.
Yeah, no.
That's one thing I'm kind of nah.
It was bad enough in those other two movies. They were all Hulks, and he was an even bigger Hulk.
Yeah. That's right. They were all gigantic.
They're supposed to be ninjas. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to enjoy them fighting foot soldiers when they just one punch a foot soldier across the fucking room.
That's right.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Well, Turtles content. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but...
It's been kind of missed lately, except for the game.
The game's been good.
The IDW comics have been flatlining for 2 years now.
So you've told me.
They've been... I now understand why people hate the Clone Saga, because the Clone Saga went on for 3 years.
Yeah.
And the status quo they've been doing has been going on for 2 years with no end in sight, and I'm I am tired of this. Can we please do something different?
Yeah.
At least the last Ronin was a thing.
Which was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
And they're doing a comic miniseries based on this. Maybe they could explore how the hell Shredder met Krang.
Yeah, I guess that's one
something
thing you brought to my attention that never happens.
We don't know how they met. How did this happen? Was Shredder just sitting in Japan on his porch, shucking rocks, being I'm so bored. And then Krang from the portal just landed right in front of him. It's what the devil are you?
It's like an E.T. thing.
Maybe.
Shredder finds Krang. He has escaped from the Japanese police. He's riding a bike. Krang is in the basket of the bike. Flies across the ocean to America.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, who knows how they actually met.
They should tell that story. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Even just one issue thing. It's fine. It doesn't need to be. Even a brief flashback. That's all I need. I just want to know. Come up with something. Or just do what I said.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that's it then.
Yeah, it's Ninja Turtles. I mean, little kids would love it.
Little kids still love it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have some nostalgic fondness, you got a kid, watch it with them. You might have fun.
Yeah.
You'll have to buy it physically, or watch
it
under shady circumstances.
Yeah, I guess so. That is very weird that it is not available on
Wait, what the hell has the Fred Wolf Company been asking for syndication money and stuff to not have this show ever on TV in America for decades?
Yeah, who knows?
Weird.
It is weird.
Because everything else has been rerun. G.I. Joe, Transformers, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But not Turtles. And it was the huge hit.
Yeah.
Go figure.
But anyway, I guess that's the Out of Touch podcast for this week. Thanks for listening to our rambling about stuff about the Ninja Turtles and stuff related to the Ninja Turtles.
Cowabunga says it all.
Goodbye.